Reality check, man, from your device, you know it's a unique one, aromatic, realistic TV. Anyway, today, my viewers and subscribers. Yeah, man, today we're going to dissect and analyze and expose the JDF Coast Guard. And we are also going to expose the Marine Coast Guard who is attached to the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Because it come to my understanding right now, you know, that the Coast Guard who come out to come represent the government from the JDF is lying, and lying big time. So the question we as citizens have to ask, who is he protecting? Are you protecting the people of Jamaica? Are you protecting the Prime Minister and his administration? Are you protecting the citizens of Jamaica? I am talking the Marine Police. And I am talking the JDF Coast Guard that led by Miguel Ferguson, Lieutenant Commander of the Jamaica Defense Force Coast Guard. Brother, you come out and shit up. You make the JDF look incompetent. If you is all that they could send to come clean up the neglect of the Anju administration and the failure of the Jamaican people, it is showing me that the JDF is incompetent. Anyway, my viewers and subscribers, I am going to play the clip. And then after that, the Matic will rip into this. Lieutenant Commander, take it away.
Lieutenant Commander Miguel Ferguson of the Jamaica Defense Force Coast Guard revealed that the authorities had been notified nearly a week earlier that the container had fallen overboard in Jamaican waters.
We would naturally, in this instance, activated our mechanism, responded to doing a couple things. Firstly, ensuring that shipping in the area is aware that the container fell overboard to ensure for maritime safety so that no collision occurs at sea. And then we move to deploying our assets to identify, locate, and track the movement of the container so that we can collaborate with other agencies who have direct responsibility to treating with the other aspect of the protocols. So all of that was done on our part once we were alerted to the container falling overboard.
He stated that as soon as the alert was received, the necessary steps were promptly taken by the relevant authorities.
In this instance, as we were doing our response mechanism, as it's unfortunate that the response of the public outpaced the relevant agency to
which is my question, sir. Why?
Secure.
But why? That's my question.
It may be due to access limitations. Terrain limitation is accessing the area as quickly
So if you see what is taking place here, you know, instead of the Coast Guard from the JDF and the Marine Coast Guard that attach to the JCF take the blame, they are now blaming the terrain. They are now blaming access limitation. They could not reach there based on the geographic of the place, Ilan Gully and all of that. They have drone, they have helicopter, and they have boat. They have a week in advance to blanket off this area, every patrol. So when you fail, and you fail the citizen of Jamaica, you are on national TV now, and they try to tell Jamaica people, say, the era was difficult for uno to get to. And that the brother they tell me, you know, the era was difficult for them to get to. That's the reason why the public get to the container before them. Is this making any sense? From Anju to the JDF Coast Guard to the Marine Coast Guard, them let down the people of Jamaica. And this is one of the reasons why the Anju administration have to go. But anyway, my viewers and subscribers, let us continue.
Possible, and as such, the response mechanism on the part of respective agencies to secure the shoreline and also the container may have been limited at that. But once they got on scene, I'm aware that they naturally went on to securing the area and containing the situation.
The Lieutenant Commander noted that while it's not uncommon for containers to fall off ships, such incidents are rare in Jamaican waters. He emphasized that retrieving lost cargo is not part of the JDF Coast Guard standard mandate. Additionally, he explained that there was little the team could have done to recover the container at sea before it eventually drifted to shore.
Once the container fell overboard, there is no immediate mechanism to pull the container back up on a ship, because that would take heavy lifting equipment and crane, somebody to secure a container and try to pull the container to water, which in itself is a dangerous activity, especially on.
We don't care about the container that fell overboard. That is not our responsibility. That is not the people of Jamaica responsibility. We know that it is going to be difficult to get crane and barge to put back that container on the ship. It's like impossible. Our concern is that UNO get a week in advance to patrol the area and to secure the Jamaican citizen, and UNO did not. That are the problem. The JDF Coast Guard and the Marine Coast Guard from the JCF feel the Jamaican people right here who get over a week to patrol the area and to make sure that this container was in the hand of the national security and not in the hands of the citizen of Jamaica. So what you are saying does not make any sense. This is just showing the incompetency of the JCF and the JDF. Anyway, continue, my viewers and subscribers.
The weather condition that we had over the last weekend.
Do you have the same role as the Marine Police, the JCF? Do you have the same role?
The Marine Police mostly focus on matters within our inland spaces and within the territorial water, within that 12 nautical mile. Our main focus is based on our maritime law enforcement responsibilities. We do narcotics interdiction and treat with matters more further offshore.
Anyway, my viewers and subscribers, let us dissect and rip them to pieces. Miguel Ferguson, Lieutenant Commander of the Jamaica Defence Force Coast Guard, revealed that the authorities has been notified nearly a week earlier that the container has fallen overboard in Jamaican water. You know, I just say a while ago. He revealed that the authorities has been notified nearly a week earlier that the container had fallen overboard in Jamaican waters. You know, get a week to deal with all of that. You know, have a week to put everything one need to put together to make sure say the container in the hand of the security force of Jamaica and not in the hands of the Jamaican citizen. So this is where it gets tricky, right? So Jamaica, look at it. Nearly a week earlier is considered roughly 6 to almost 7 days. That is how long them get to deal with this. When them say nearly a week earlier, that is considered as roughly 6 to 7 days, almost a full week. You get to blanket off this area, run on a survey amongst each other, both the JDF Coast Guard and the Marine Coast Guard, is to make sure that when this container reaches the shore of Jamaica, it is in the hand of our national security personnel. He goes on Jamaica and he stated, as we were doing our response mechanism, it is unfortunate that the response of the public outpaced the relevant agency to respond to secure the location. After a week, they were slow in response to protect the location, to prevent the citizen of Jamaica from going in the container they go take out chicken. You know, see where the JDF Coast Guard, the Marine Coast Guard, feel the people of Jamaica along with the Anju Wellness Administration. Almost a week advance they get to secure this container and bring it into the national security possession. So the people of Jamaica wouldn't have no time to go in at that, go take out chicken. Just think about it. So what he's doing now, Jamaica, he is blaming the terrain, location, and access limited. When they have all the time in the world, almost a week, to deal with this, bro. Now you are blaming the citizen of Jamaica for reach there before the JDF Coast Guard, before the Marine Coast Guard. We don't have so much time in advance to deal with this. Remember, it's not like say something that happen every day. You don't really have nothing to do. So when you get this alarm, it should be of important. Right now, it is emergency that we find this container because we don't know what is in this container. Uno did not do that. He goes on and he stated, Jamaica, while it is not uncommon for a container to fall off ship, such incidents are rare in Jamaican water. So we hardly see them there's something there. There's something that not take place in a Jamaican water. So if we hear something like this, this should be a main and a number one priority. That means to say we secure this container and make sure say it is in the hand of law and authority. Why it was not so? Ask them the question, Jamaica. Why it is not so? So anyway, Jamaica, let us go back from top. And we're going to analyze and dissect this part in a different way. The container fell overboard with the chicken in it. Remember, the container no plug into the ship anymore. The container no have a built-in motor to keep the container cool anymore. So the moment the container they drop in the warm Caribbean water, them chicken there, couple hours later, one start to defrost. Now take into consideration, say the sun one hit the container there, metal container. Me and you know how it is hot in a metal building or a metal container when it is hot. Much less some chicken. So the question what me ask, a week later, chicken wash up onto the shore of Jamaica and was still cold and frozen. If the container fell overboard, the container not plugged to the ship anymore, so it now get no current. The container don't have a built-in motor to keep it cool. Now the container now dropping at the water where the water is warm in the Caribbean. And the sun they penetrate the chicken there. By 2 or 3 days, them chicken they supposed to start rotten and stink. And after 6 days, the chicken then reach on the shore of Jamaica, frozen and fresh. Tell me how that work. Remember again, as I stated, the container is no longer on the ship. So the container not plugged to the ship anymore. It can't. It is impossible. The container is now in the water. The container don't have a built-in compressor to keep the fridge cold so the chicken them can stay frozen. Now the container is in the warm Caribbean Sea. Them chicken they go start the frost. Put on top of that, the sun is going to now penetrate that container. The heat from that sun into that container, it's gonna defrost every chicken what inside of the container. By 2 to 3 days, them chicken they start smell, rotten and stink. The question what we ask the Coast Guard them Jamaica, all the chicken then reach pan Jamaica shore, some of them still frozen and they were still fresh. Ask them the question, Jamaica. So we come to the conclusion. And the conclusion that we come to, it no need rocket scientists to figure it out. No container no drop off a no ship. No container can drop off a ship. 6 days out there on the water. And the chicken them were in there. Not the frost and rotten and stink. Somebody bring the container around there. Jamaica, somebody bring the container around there. You have your little normal fridge or your refrigerator and it ice up and you want to defrost it. You plug out the current and you open it. By a couple hours, everything melt out and defrost. Now ask yourself the same question. A container drop in the Caribbean Sea where the water is warm. It not plug in the ship anymore. It not have no built-in motor. So ask yourself the question, how them the chicken they not tar out and rotten and stink within 5 days? Come on, Jamaica, man. It don't take rocket scientists to figure out this thing. Just common sense, man. So when this JDF Lieutenant Commander Miguel Ferguson don't come out now and they tell we them a nonsense, it does show the incompetency of the JDF, the Marine Coast Guard and the Anju Wellness administration. They fail the Jamaican people. Just think about it. What if a people when they try to invade Jamaica? What if a something else were in there? What would have just armed the people them instantly? Eh? The JDF Coast Guard and the Marine Coast Guard and the Anju Wellness administration would fail the Jamaican people again. And when you fail the people from your civic duty to serve and to protect them, it is time for you to go. It is time for you to go. Me want everybody to look into this, who are living in the diaspora and who is living in Jamaica. From you are a critical thinker. Eh? A container fell overboard with chicken in it. He revealed that the authorities has been notified nearly a week earlier that the container had fallen overboard in Jamaican water. So we have to rule out what them say at 2 or 3 days it was on the water. You have to rule out that not in the picture again. Him come out can tell with that. Say the thing out there almost a week. So ask yourself that question there. A container wanna have no current attached to it. A container wanna have no compressor in it. What if still keep the chicken them cool. Or the container they reach to the shore of Jamaica 6 to 7 days later and chicken in it still frozen and fresh. That is a miracle. That is a miracle. So now it is just easy to fit the puzzle. The container did not drop off a ship. Somebody bring the container around the air. Tom drunk but Tom no fool. Me no born when my mother gone to market. And when my mother struggle to send me go to school, me never just yam out the money. Me get something in the cranium. So no little incompetent baboon and no little bossy slave can't brainwash aromatic. Just think about it, my viewers and subscribers. Think about it and think about this deeply. Put on a thinking cap. A container fell off a ship. Have chicken in it. The container not have no more electricity to plug into because it is overboard now. No built-in compressor to keep the chicken them cool. The sun that hit this metal container and the warm Caribbean Sea immediately is going to start defrost all of those chicken. By 1 or 2 days, the chicken them going to start smell. So ask yourself, how is this possible for the chicken them to reach on the shores of Jamaica almost a week later and them still fresh and frozen? How could that be? How could that be? It is impossible for that to happen. So you have to start look near now. You can't look wide and far anymore. You have to start look near because it was somebody who brought that container around here. So what that is telling me, it is telling me that whosoever load the container with them gun and them coke or money or whatsoever, it is a subliminal message that send back to the sender that the receiver has received the goods. Because guess what? It made national TV that people was spotted taking chicken from this container. It is done. It is over. Confirmation. No racketeering can go on with this. The gun then reach, the cocaine then reach, or the money reach. And the people them use the chicken to send back that message to the sender that yes, the deal is complete. Anyway, my viewers and subscribers, stay tuned to Aromatic Realistic TV. Like and share and follow the movement over YouTube. We tell them when we shoot a bullseye, we don't do conspiracy, we don't do tabloid, we don't do gossip, and we don't deal with propaganda. I am here to uplift and to educate my people, to give them a clear understanding of the things that they have in the dark, and try to put a piece of veil or mask over our eyes so we cannot see. I am here to go down in the rubbles. I am here to go down in the trench. I am here to go down in the mud, into the gutter, into the grit, into the grime, to explain it the best that I can for the little man who they reject and neglect over the years so that they can understand it. And know that you have a choice coming up sometime in this year when the general election will call. And you know that you have a choice to get rid of this Anju Wellness administration, because you has gave them the mandate to serve and to protect you. And in all instance, the Anju Wellness administration failed to protect the people of Jamaica. And when you fail to protect the people of Jamaica, it is time for Anju Wellness and his administration to depart from the people of Jamaica. Anyway, we continue to tell them us that the signature word, it remain the same, never change. Art of love. Until then, Uno and the Matic will chat again. Peace and love. The man is out.